Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I have an unboxing of the Crafter's Companion box number 39. This one is called Mix and Match Embossing Folders, and it can make a minimum of 24 cards, which is really just a minimum because they've included 24 card blanks and matching envelopes, but in terms of the contents that you're actually getting in this kit, you're going to be able to make well more than 24 cards. So getting into this box, I did already sort of unbox everything just to make it a little bit easier to show in the video. And so I'll start off with the pattern papers and solid color cardstock. So we get 3 of each in these 5 colors. And this, if I had to guess, is maybe around 80-pound cover weight. It's white core, so great for all those techniques, especially if you're going to emboss. You might, sand off the top a little bit just to expose some of that white core. That's a really neat technique. And there are 5 different colors, and I think, as I mentioned, you get 3 sheets of each, 8 by 8. And then we get pattern papers, also 8 by 8. These are single-sided, a little bit lighter weight than the solid color cardstock, but a great maybe 60-pound weight paper, so still pretty good, not thin. I mean, I even still use my liquid adhesives on these, and I don't worry too much about warping. I don't think I've ever had it warp on me. So these are pretty good. And just looking at these two, I think these are the same pattern, just different scale. So this is like shrunk down, but really lovely. And that's a really nice color, kind of like that minty green. This is pretty. And these two look to be the same pattern, just 2 different colorways, which I like when they do that because, especially if it's a pattern that you really like, having it in multiple colors is great because, especially if you make to sell, sometimes it's nice to create the same design but in 2 different colorways just because, colors and patterns, they're often very subjective, and so somebody might like a pattern but not like that color. So if you have it in multiple colorways, it's kind of nice for people to pick and choose between. I don't make to sell, but I just think that's kind of nice for the folks who do. And then this one's got a really nice diamond pattern to it, but you could almost treat this as a solid just because the pattern and the color is so subtle. Oh, and this is different, kind of like a watercolor look to it. That's really nice. Yeah, that could be really cool. I feel like some of the solid color cardstock is very, very neon as compared to the color palette that's in the pattern paper. Is that just me? Like, I don't feel like these are a fantastic match. They don't all seem to coordinate. Some of them seem like they could work, like these are a good contrast, but some of them feel like they're a little bit bright. But that could just be me. I'm not the best with colors. So then with the card blanks and envelopes that match, we get them in 3 different sizes. So I just recorded an unboxing for 41 and 42, and in those boxes we only got 4x6 and 6x6, but in this box we got 5x7. So I like getting a good variety of card blanks, and I really miss that they don't. I totally understand why they don't do this anymore, but I really do miss when they used to give us different folds, different fun folds, different shaped cards, just because it was something different. But I can't argue with the fact that these are great staples to have, so that's really nice too. In terms of embellishments, we get ribbon that's in 3 different colors and 3 different sizes, and it's a nice satin ribbon. And then we get some really nice gemstones. to go with it. Also 3 different colors and 3 different sizes. I feel like these are a really good match. They go really well with those papers, but this palette seems very different. But again, like I said, that could just be me. So then we also got, I left this in the envelope because, for one, they're kind of delicate. So we have, oh, I even bent this one a little. So these are die cut sentiments. I hope you can see that. They're really thin, very delicate. And then the second sheet here has die cut flowers, which you could like ink up and color. And they appear to be laser cut, and so I've left them in here for 2 reasons. 1, the sentiments are pretty delicate, and 2, I'm very sensitive to the smell of smoke, and so I didn't want to unpack that. But we get those, which I saw there was a happy birthday, and so I think that's where we're going to get our larger main sentiments, and then the stamps will provide sort of just, you know, your additional secondary sentiments. But I think these on their own are kind of nice too. You're beautiful to me, celebrate your day, you deserve a very special day. Oh, this one's cool. The secret ingredient is always love. That's really good if you make homemade goodies that you want to maybe add a little tag to, or like a bag topper or something like that. That's really cute. So that's kind of a nice, I think, very usable stamp set. And then the main event for this box is embossing folders. And so we have 4 of them here. 3 of them look to be 5x5. So this is a 6x6 card blank. And so this looks like it's 5x5. And we get this nice floral, kind of a leafy, well, I say floral, but there aren't actually any flowers, so I guess it's just more the leaves. And then we get some really very usable basics here. So we have a nice zigzag pattern, and then this one's really cool. This one's a very, very fine polka dot. I have a couple of polka dot embossing folders, but none with this very fine detail. So kind of nice that we have, and this is why I think this is the key to why you can mix and match between these, because if you look at it, we're getting different, kind of 3 different scales of pattern, and I think that's the key when you are mixing and matching, whether it's pattern papers or in this case your textures from the embossing folders. So, you know, just different types of patterns, different weights of the pattern. So we've got some geometrics with very straight lines, and then something with very curvy lines. We have a very fine detail texture with something that's a little bit you know, bolder and thicker. So when you mix and match these, one will kind of fall to the background and the other will become more prominent. Whereas if you're using 2 that are very similar, they're gonna fight for attention. So for example, you know, there's nothing to say that you can't use them together. It's just that if you do, the pattern between the 2, it's hard for your eyes to know where to focus. Whereas if I mix and match these 2, well, maybe if I take this card blank, you can see. If I mix and match these 2, then it feels like right away this one's kind of falling to the background, and then this one will kind of become the focal aspect. So, you know, in the same way, you know, mixing and matching some of these, like this is so much bolder, so it'll become a little bit more prominent than this, which is more fine. So I think it's cool. They've really thought it out well, and so I can see why they've named the kit Mix and Match, because it's not something that I think to do is to mix and match different patterns, embossed patterns. So I think this is gonna be a fun one to play with, because it'll be sort of taking something that I already have a lot of, I do have a lot of embossing folders, but using it in a little bit of a different way in the sense of combining multiple embossed patterns onto a single card. So I'm kind of excited to try this one out. I don't have immediate plans to use it, but when I do craft with this kit, I will definitely link to that at the end of this video. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fantastic day. Bye!